G'day, West Ham mates. Welcome to another episode of the Southern Joe West Ham Show with your West Ham mate from down under, Southern Joe. Now, apologies go right off the bat to those that were hoping for this episode to upload sooner. I've been a bit crook lately, and I've had tech issues with a megasode I was doing for my wrestling YouTube show. Apart from that, just everyday life is also catching up with me. I won't go into depth with game recaps since we last got together. I'll just pick out the main bits and have some stuff on my say on some other stuff. Also, hang around till the end of the show because I'll answer the question as to whether I am Moyes in or Moyes out. Now, firstly, Wolves away. This is possibly one of the best games I've seen for a long time. Both teams went at it, and it was pretty good for the neutral spectator. The penalty Wolves got on the half hour was 50-50, but they stuck it in for 1-0. Emerson was denied a goal soon after because it looked like he accidentally stood on a defender's foot. So that got struck out as well. But we finally got level when Paqueta put away a penalty for a rusted on handball by a Wolves defender. We then went ahead with that amazing in-swinging corner from James Ward-Prowse. That was a beauty. But then right on full time, Wolves looked like they had equalised from a corner. It was deemed offside because the Wolves attacker was in an offside position, not playing at the ball, but blocking Fabianski's view. Now, the colour commentator tried to argue that Fab wouldn't have got to the ball anyway. But that's only true because he lost sight of it. The camera angle from behind the goal shows it best. You can see Fabianski following the line of the ball as it comes from the right-hand side. As the ball travels past the Wolves attacking player that's blocking him, he loses sight of it, and he doesn't know if someone's headed the ball. Hence, it was a simple decision, even though it upset many a Wolves fan. And we came away from Molineux with a 2-1 win. We then went to Germany to take on the most informed team in Europe, Bayern Leverkusen, who are undefeated. It was the first round of the quarterfinal of the Europa League, or the first league, I should say. Now, we held on for about 80 odd minutes without conceding, but then two defensive lapses allowed the German champions to take a 2-0 lead to go back to London. Now, defensive lapses showed again back in London, but this time on the Sunday following, as we let London rivals Fulham beat us 2-0. I believe the scoreline flattered them a little, as we'd had some chances as well, but it was just frustrating to see us not be able to finish our chances. Now, the following Friday night, we welcomed Bayern Leverkusen for the return leg of the Europa League quarter-final. Now, as I just mentioned, we were 2-0 down and needed to throw everything at them. And that we did. I only saw highlights of this game, but from reports I read and from what I saw, it looked like Mikel Antonio gave us hope early by scoring early on. Then it looks like we had some other chances to level the tie, but Bayern scored late on to put the tie to bed. Now here I need to congratulate my fellow Hammer fans because of the effort, despite the result, you fans praise the lads for their efforts, which is something that many fans promise to honour but haven't always done in recent years. Unfortunately, all that goodwill was undone on Sunday Arvo UK time when our boys visited Crystal Palace, another London rival. We had an early chance that we didn't take, and then that cost us dearly because Palace scored almost immediately after that fluff chance. Palace was then up and about and slammed three more past us until Antonio snuck one back for us to make it 4-1 down at half time. It was a better effort from us in the second half, but Palace put their fifth goal past us, and then we were gifted a consolation goal when their keeper lost control of a simple back pass and the ball just rolled under his foot for an own goal. So a 5-2 away loss. So, am I, who you're the most optimistic West Ham fan, a Moyes in or Moyes out person? I'll answer that after the break. G'day, wrestling mates. There is plenty to catch up on with the Southern Joe Wrestling Show. Firstly, a three-part special on Starcast Down Under, Conrad Thompson's first overseas foray for his yearly wrestling convention. I was there on the Saturday, which was April 13, 2024, and you'll see highlights of all the sights and sounds of Starcast over a special 3 episodes, including the final episode, which contains my meet and greet with WWE legend Bret the Hitman Hart. That episode's already on YouTube, and hit the notification dinger for updates as to when the next episode, All Elite Shenanigans, hits YouTube. That's the Southern Joe Wrestling Show with your wrestling mate from Down Under, Southern Joe. Okay, so now, am I Moyes in or am I Moyes out? Well, the better question for all of you is this. Are you West Ham in or West Ham out? I'm West Ham in. I'm here in Melbourne, Australia. I only get to watch West Ham live on TV and when it's at a reasonable time because of the time difference. Now, I've never been to the UK and I'm not sure whether I'll ever get there. I'm 60 and can't see a way of getting there the next few years unless I get a windfall. I guess my point for you that can be there is this. No matter how well or how badly the lads play, give them all the encouragement you can. Do you really think that anyone attached to West Ham were happy or content about the Palace debacle or the Fulham loss or any other loss? In most sports these days, there are absolutely no gimmies, none whatever. Kidderminster even proved that a couple of years ago when even a low-level team like that deserves to be given some form of respect, just as we would expect the top 6 to respect us. Mind you, if they don't, let's hope we smash them. Now, to the players, when they play badly, they don't need us reminding them about this. I've seen away sides and sides we've played that we should be beating, where the team supporters have carried them to heights not expected of them. We should do the same. Now, at the time of recording, we were a few hours away from hosting Liverpool. We're still smarting from the Palace debacle, and now we're also from being out of the Europa League. Our position at the moment is tenuous, and it's as to whether we qualify for a 4th straight year of European football. Now, this is where the Moyes Out Brigade have become the most vocal, and it's happened every time we've lost a game over the past 2 years. The tide is turning against Mr. Moyes at the moment because of our latest results not being so good. Now, the only way Moyes can get some people back on his side is a solid finish to the season, starting with the Liverpool game coming up. So please get behind the team, because this then shows other potential signings that they would be welcomed by us. Whoever wears our shirt needs our love. A toxic fan base could be the difference between signing a world-class player or settling for second best. This can also be true if we were to go down the road of replacing Mr. Moyes. Now, in the next episode, I'll give my review on how we went against Liverpool, and I want to have a word about UK sports media and its rumour mill. Till then, this is your West Ham mate from Down Under, Southern Joe, saying, Uru.